Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review, and today we've got the Jazwares Vault exclusive, Unrivaled Toni Storm, and well, I'm pretty excited about this one. There's only, like 3 different Toni Storms out there in existence right now, this being one of them. I think there might be a AEW shop exclusive and a ringside exclusive as well, and either way, no matter how you look at it, I can say I'm definitely enjoying this so far. The nice little blue packaging is nice. It's nice and all, but I will say it reminds me a little too much of the Walmart one. I don't know if the blues are different or not, but the back art is looking nice. You've got the black and white Toni Storm render here with the red lipstick. It's all looking really good, really neat. And all I can say is, why don't we wrap this intro up so we can get into this Toni Storm and see what she's like out of the plastic prison now, shall we? Well, alright guys, now that we've got Timeless Toni out of her plastic prison, we can go over the figure, but most importantly, first and foremost, we gotta go over these accessories down here, and well, of course, she comes with 2 different sets of hands. We've got kind of like more of a slap hand preset on the figure. We'll look more at those when we get into the figure itself, but of course the hands that come loose are probably more of the wrestling hands, or like the ones you'll use like pre-match, like mid-match and stuff like that for Germans and whatever like move you want to do, you know. Of course the Toni, what is it, the Storm Zero? I think it's Storm Zero is what her finisher's called, but either way, if I could keep the focus on this hand here for a minute, you'll notice she's got some nice red nail polish here on each of the fingers, and on each hand she also does have a tattoo. I think this is like a bird, I'm not exactly too sure. And then of course, red nail polish with the, what is it? I can't even tell what the fuck that is on her hand. Probably because the camera won't focus. And is that like a bear? I don't know. I can't really tell. Kind of looks like a bear. Maybe it's not. I don't even understand how the hell you'd get that kind of tattoo on a finger. But of course there are artists that specialize in it. She's got a couple more tattoos on the figure. At least I was about to say, I want to say she has like 2 more. She's got the Roman numerals and the laughing, crying face there. Good stuff there as far as the tattoo decal goes. Of course, one thing I'm not necessarily disappointed in, because I do like this head scan. I just wish we would have gotten another one. Go figure though. Don't we all wish we had an extra head scan with all the figures, because I feel like extra expressions and stuff like that should be top priority compared to some of the smaller items that come with figures, like, you know, like maybe a shoe. And I say it like that because we did kind of forget to go over these accessories. But we've got this black shoe. It kind of reminds me of the like Santana and Ortiz flip-flop. I can't remember which one it came with. I think it was Ortiz. But got the black shoe, so you can throw that at the opponents and tell them to watch for the shoe. Anyway, and you also got the AEW Women's World Championship here, looking really nice, though I had to pre-plug it in the way I did because the belt did come a little warped in the packaging because of the rubber band and stuff like that, and just a little shame, but at least now I do own an AEW Women's Championship, so this had a couple of good things about it as to why I got it. Now, fun fact, I did get this alongside one other item, and the price I paid was actually quite astounding. Of course, Jazwares themselves were having, what was it, like a 40 or 50% off sale. And then on top of that, I bought it through Shopify, which gave me an extra $5 off. So the amount I paid for these, I technically saved like $6 or $7 on the other thing I bought, and practically got this Toni Storm for free. So anything I say in this video, it's kind of gonna be like coated with a little layer of sugar here, because I am really loving this figure just going off of the base look. I did describe my disdain for not having an extra head scan here, which would have been really solid, though I do love the blonde here. I feel like it actually kind of fits the tone of her in real life hair, though it is a little bit more cartoony looking on the figure because it's not like a platinumish blonde, which it kind of looks more platinum on the back of the box. But you know, I could be wrong, and this could be like perfect. Maybe just adding in a little bit of shading or something could have done it some justice though. And other than that, the face scan itself is really solid. No eye mess ups here. The eye makeup is looking pretty good. Got the red lipstick, and she's kind of blowing a kiss to her opponent, or whatever you want to say she's doing here with this head scan. And that's why I say it would have been nice to get an extra one, maybe get a more serious Toni Storm head scan, but what do I know. But on top of it, you've also got the attire here, which is looking really solid and stuff like that. And I say it like that too because when you look at the promo pictures, I don't know if it was just me, but you can't really see this like flower like pattern that is on the white or more like cream colored areas. And I say it like that because they do pick up a lot more here in person than they did on the like actual figure art itself. So I don't know what the pre-renders were doing there, but damn shame that we didn't really get to see the up close and personal details here, because this pattern on the like I guess you could say it's more like a very light pink, maybe it's like a pinkish cream color. Maybe I think it's more like a cream color because of the fact that there's white there, but I don't know. It's looking really solid. The black area's got some gold bedazzling painted on there, or well, decaled on there. You've also got the what is it, like the bedazzled jeweling area going on the outline of her top, which it looks nice. Sadly no sculpting there though, which would have really added to the figure itself. But same thing here on the jeweling part of the outline of the black section on her tights here too. Would have added some nice detailing there, but they didn't do it. Damn shame, but it's also kind of whatever. She has no knee pads or anything from the lower legs down. She does of course have black boots with white laces though, which are really nice. I don't know if she had white outsoles or not, but I feel like that would have added a nice extra detail here to this figure if she did, and like add some nice white outsoles to the boots. But it doesn't really matter. But you know what does matter? Why don't we compare it to the one and other only AEW women's figure I own? And if you guys know which figure that is, well, good shit on you for actually knowing. But we've got the AEW, what was it, Unmatched Series 8? I don't really remember. But we've got Sky Blue here up next to Toni Storm. And honestly, side by side, these two are looking pretty nice together. But you know what also would look pretty nice together, as I almost just stabbed myself with my knife? Putting the best women's figure from the WWE side of things, the Ultimate Edition Series 28, Tiffany Stratton. And well, I can say, you know, full series review is up on the channel. But all of these figures side by side look really solid, I can't lie. And of course, this Tiffany Stratton's got some of the best articulation that the women's figures have ever had on the WWE side of things, and honestly, I think AEW should kind of take some notes over here as far as those women's figures go, because I like the way the Toni Storm does pose up here. The Sky Blue also poses up quite well. As you can see, the kick forward on both the legs is really solid here. Got upper thigh cut for the waist swivel for the thigh swivel. You got double jointed knees. I want to say the boots do have the boot cut as well, so just give me a second to attempt that. Yes, they do. You've got the ankle rotation as well as ankle articulation. Just great piece all around. You got the waist articulation here. You got the upper diaphragm movement here. You've got the shoulder articulation, bicep swivel, double jointed arms, and of course wrist rotation and bend. But what can I say? This Toni Storm poses like a champ, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed at all. I don't know why I couldn't fucking spit that out. But why don't we just kind of get her into the final pose and we can try to wrap things up, because I think I've been trying to speak too long on how good this figure really is. Well, you guys, now that we've got Toni Storm all posed up, showing off a lot of the articulation this figure really does have. She's blowing that kiss I mentioned earlier, the Tiffany Stratton, as she retains her AEW Women's World Championship. At least that's what I envision is happening here. Maybe your side is a little different. Could just be a standard match. Who really cares? At the end of the day, what I do care about is this figure in general, which honestly, for the price point I got it at, was a really damn good steal. But for the price point it is standardly set at, not including shipping, it is what, $25? So not a bad price point for an AEW figure, especially an online exclusive. That's kind of just like standard marketing price. But with the shipping included, you'd be paying roughly like something over $30, probably like $2, depending on what your shipping and tax rate is in your state. So either way, for the price point you would be getting this figure at, I'd say it's quite a steal. And I only say it like that because we could have gotten quite a little bit more as far as the accessories go, but not all of the AEW unrivaled and or unmatched figures do come with a lot of accessories, so I guess that's kind of the standard bearer as far as accessories do go. But it would have at least been nice to get one head extra, to just something to change the expressions up here a little bit. But at the end of the day, what would I rank this Toni Storm? On a scale of 1 to 10, my standard scaling, honestly, I'm going to give her a good solid 8 out of 10, and the reason why I give her a good solid 8 and not like an 8.5 or a 9 is just because the accessories were a little lacking. You just get a standard black shoe, a championship, and an extra set of hands. Maybe replace the shoe with an extra head scan, and boom, perfect 9 right there. Because if you did say anything was a perfect 10, well then, you would have to break your own scaling for anything that might have been better than that. So at least having the good standard 9 bearer is a great way to try to keep your scalings humble here. But realistically, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because that's just my opinion. But speaking of that though, we do tend to take it through the star scale. The good old Dave Meltzer star scaling, the good old 1 to Young Buck match, as I like to call it. And well, we gave her a good solid 8 out of 10. On the good old Dave Meltzer star scale, we're gonna give her a good solid 4 out of 5 stars. I love the gear choice. I do love the accessories that do come with the figure, though I will probably never end up using the shoe, I can't even lie, and if I do, I don't know how I plan to use it, but either way, with all that being said, at the end of the day, whether you do or don't pick up this figure, that is totally up to you. I think if you would like a Toni Storm in your collection and you don't have any form of Toni Storm, you might want to pick this one up. The AEW shop exclusive though, that one I think has a little bit of a better attire in my opinion. But, that's just my opinion. But, either way, you know what I do care about though? If you guys could, feel free to like the video if you guys did like the video, and well, if you guys could, feel free to, maybe check out some of my other content. After all, we've got content galore on here. Last thing I posted was a pick that part to the Return of Chaos series. If you guys haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend going to check it out. You got 2 matches. Each part will have 2 matches, and well, realistically, each part, there's only going to be 3 parts. At least, hopefully, there's only going to be 3 parts. But you've got a lot of different content here. Just shift your way through, except for the stuff that I don't have public on here. So, take that as you will. The stuff I don't have public on here, it's realistically just stuff I was either working on for another creator or just like one of the joint shows, so something we were mutually working on together, not just something for another creator. But either way, you know what would also be great if you guys could, while I'm thinking about it, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe, and if you guys could, it would be great if you could, because we are on the road to 500 subscribers, and we are actually really getting close. And I say it like that because we're currently sitting at 474 subscribers, which is really, really fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Knowing that we're almost 25 subs away from the big 500,000, I can only thank you guys. And speaking of thanking you guys, hopefully if we do hit that, I don't know what I'll do for a 500 subscriber special video, but I'll try to figure out something that I could do, even if it does take me a while to get there. And even if I kind of make it into like a combined video, say it takes me so long and then we end up reaching like 600 or 700 subs, I want to do something for the good old 500,000. And I don't know, at the end of the day, all I can say is just thank you guys who have subscribed already or who do end up subscribing from watching this video. And well, thank you guys for staying around long enough to even see this part of the video. But yeah, I guess with all that being said, I digress. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I am not in your time zone, but if I were, would I enjoy my time? I don't know. Well, you could be in the middle of the ocean right now watching this shit, probably. I don't know how that kind of stuff works. But on that note, like I said, have a good rest of your day, and deuces, ooses, yeet.